Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. So I'm recording this today. The Trump-Biden prediction came out. Um, so just telling you when I'm recording that, recording this, I mean. Today we're going to be doing a Ron DeSantis versus Joe Biden video, and maybe here in about a few days I'll do a DeSantis versus Trump primary video. Maybe. But, uh, so as you know, typically for Ron DeSantis, I would choose someone like Mike Garcia or the Fort Worth, Texas Mayor Matty Parker as his running mates, to help solidify the Hispanic and suburban vote. But I'm pretty sure DeSantis has that in the bag by himself. So now think that DeSantis will choose someone to help with the rural numbers, even though I doubt DeSantis really needs help with that. But still, I think he's going to choose someone that, to help out with the Trump base. And I thought Paul Gosar, Andy Biggs, I thought Mike Gallagher, however, he voted against he voted for certifying the election. So he's out. Derek Van Orden's there. John James. Trying to think who else could potentially be a good pick. Mike Kelly, Scott Perry, Jim Jordan, Warren Davidson. Eventually, I went with John James. It would help DeSantis with black votes, which we all know DeSantis needs help there greatly. And of course, we have the Biden-Harris ticket. So let's start filling out these safe states. I'm put out the safe red states. Alaska, that should be safe. DeSantis should improve on Trump's margins. He does have a big libertarian streak behind him. Not too big, but probably a 12-point victory. Utah, DeSantis probably makes gains in Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, the Dakotas, all of Nebraska except the 2nd District. Kansas is even safe. DeSantis is very popular with college-educated white voters, white independent voters, I should clarify. Oklahoma, Texas should be safe. The Hispanics in Rio Grande Valley as well as in the Fort Worth metro area, those 4 counties, Tarrant, Dallas, I think. I don't know. I'm bad with geography. These 4 counties up here in the Rio Grande Valley, that should be enough. The shift to the right should be enough where Texas is a 10 or 11 point victory. However, I have a feeling that due to the Republicans possibly gaining control of the House and Democrats gaining in the Senate, possibly. Again, it's the 10th. I still don't know who has been elected or who has control of the Senate. But if that happens, we could be seeing what we've seen oh so many times, where Biden's approval ratings jumps up because some of the Republicans in the House, which we shouldn't fault them for it, it's what they're supposed to do, help pass some of Joe Biden's legislation, and Biden takes the credit for it, even though it's really not his, even though it's not his accomplishment. But still, we've seen it in the past with Bill Clinton, Barack Obama. Bill Clinton, he became so popular because the media put the narrative that the Senate Republicans in the House and Senate wouldn't pass anything. So, again, I have a feeling that the media is going to spin that Joe Biden can't get anything passed because of the Republicans, and that's going to give him a boost to his credibility, his popularity, and downgrade the Republicans. That's just a gut feeling, but we still have a couple years beforehand. Arkansas, Missouri, those will be safe. Mississippi, Alabama, South Carolina will be at the tipping point between likely and safe because it's trending blue fast. Same with Kansas. They both probably a 10 to 11 point victory for DeSantis. Probably hot take. I think Florida goes safe. DeSantis ended up winning it by 19 points in 2022. So I think DeSantis probably wins it by 10 or 11. Something that Trump can't do. DeSantis would have a big victory here in the state of Florida. Not North Carolina. Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Indiana, those should be safe. Iowa, Ohio, John James being on the ticket helps DeSantis in the Rust Belt, even though I think DeSantis has plenty of white working class appeal. Have you seen the dictator like Martin Z had it in the Panhandle in Florida? I'm sure he's fine. And Maine's 2nd Congressional District should also be safe. Maybe. Janet Mills, I think, won that district in 2022. So this could be likely. So put an asterisk next to that. Next up, we have Joe Biden's safe states. The entirety of the West Coast, safe. Colorado, safe. Hawaii, even though Asian Americans in the state are trending to the right, as well as the rural areas, which have been pretty blue for a long time, is now having a massive shift to the right. I doubt it. I doubt it goes blue. However, I do think it's going to be competitive here in the next 10, 15 years. Possibly. It really depends on if this trend continues. Illinois, that is safe Republican. However, it could be a lot more competitive, like a 12, 13 point victory. I have it 14 right now. Virginia, I have that going safe for Joe Biden. It's trending blue fast. Even with Youngkin's victory, I just don't. I think if Youngkin himself was on the ticket, it would be likely. If Youngkin was the nominee, he'd lean, but he's not. So I have it as safe Democrat for Joe Biden. New York, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, Delaware, not New Jersey. New Jersey is not going to be safe. Maryland and D.C., those all go safe, and we can't forget about Maine's first congressional district. Can't forget about something that important, and I'm being serious. Okay, so Joe Biden has 190 electoral votes, and Ron DeSantis has 210 electoral votes. Maybe I'm being biased. Possibly. Is there any safe Republican states that I missed that y'all think would be safe, or safe Democrat states, or vice versa, states that wouldn't be safe? I can see a lot of people talk about Florida in the comments, but okay, so let's talk about these likely Republican states. First off, there aren't any, so we don't have to talk about Ron DeSantis anymore for right now. Now is the likely Democrat states. New Mexico, that's be likely. Michelle Lujan Grisham ended up winning by 5 to 6. I can see Joe Biden winning by roughly the same margin. It's a shame that we didn't get a Governor Ronchetti, but oh well, it wasn't meant to be. But I see Biden winning by a similar margin. Minnesota, it's long gone for Republicans. Republicans would have to make crossroads in the Minneapolis area, or the Democrats would have to nominate someone awful that the Minneapolis area would just not turn out to vote, or vote third party, or maybe even vote Republican. But yeah, I see Biden winning this by 7. I could see Minnesota being stagnant for the next decade around that likely margin. Best case scenario for Republicans, lean D. Um, let's see, anything else? No, that is all the likely Democrat states. Now we do the lean Republican states. First off, Nevada. Again, Hispanic trends, suburban trends. It looks like Joe Lombardo is on track to narrowly win in Nevada, with Adam Laxalt losing by around a point or two to Mosto. I'm pretty sure DeSantis will be able to carry the Hispanic trends in Washoe County, as well as the suburban trends in Clark County, and maybe even win over some black voters in Clark County as well with John James on the ticket. John James, a suburban rural powerhouse, barely lost to Gary Peters in 2020. I almost forgot. But Arizona, I have going to DeSantis by around 2 points, and I think he's going to end up winning Arizona by the same margin as well. He do very well with independent voters in the state. Absolutely, and I do think with Carrie Lake most likely being elected governor, possibly. I hope that doesn't bite me in the butt. That she will probably terraform the state similar to he did in Florida. You can tell when someone's going to terraform a state. Gretchen Whitmer is currently terraforming Michigan right now. Not to the extent that we see in Florida and Arizona, or, well, just Florida, but still, I do think we'll see some sort of terraforming. But either way, even if the state doesn't get terraformed, I still think DeSantis wins by around 2 points. Wisconsin, I think DeSantis wins here by 4. Even though Wisconsin was a bad night for Republicans, Tim Michels continued to lose, losing by like 3 against Tony Evers, and Ron Johnson won by 1. I think DeSantis has enough white working class support, enough black support, enough suburban support to end up winning the state by close to likely, especially in the trends in the state, continuing to see it go to the right more and more so. Also, North Carolina will go lean as well. I can see this being 2 to 3 points. The state's probably going to be stagnant as well, probably in that lean Republican category. Worst case scenario for the Republicans, lean D. That's only if you nominate a Democrat from North Carolina. But because North Carolina, we are very patriotic about about our state. At least I am. I've met a lot of people who are the same way. But North Carolina lean D, and that's all the lean Democrat states. DeSantis close to a victory already. Now the lean Democrat states. Oh wait, I forgot about New Jersey. New Jersey's likely, guys. That's going to be like an 8-point victory for Biden. DeSantis does very well here in white working class territory. Not so. I don't know if he'd do well in northern Jersey. That's very, what's the word? Very left-leaning, moderate voters up there who are very diehard Democrats. So I don't know if he'd do better up here, but down here in southern Jersey, absolutely. I see an 8-point victory for Biden. Okay, back to the lean states. Both New Hampshire and Maine will go to Joe Biden. Again, the independent streak these two states have, it could go to DeSantis, but I doubt it. I think Biden wins New Hampshire by around 2, and he wins Maine by 4. So, yeah. Okay, next we have 3 toss-up states, tilt states. Oh, wait, I forgot about one. Nebraska second will go Lane. He probably wins by 2. The district shifting vastly to the left. Okay. Did I miss anything else? No. Michigan, Pennsylvania, Georgia. Those are your top battlegrounds right now. Right? Um, I think Biden narrowly carries Michigan, just barely. Even with John James on the ticket, like he'll do phenomenal in Macomb County. DeSantis will with John James on the ticket. He will do a phenomenal. He'll do good in Detroit, in Wayne County, but I just can't see a DeSantis winning Michigan. Like it'll be close. It'll be the closest election this cycle, or closest state this cycle in 2024. But I think Georgia and Pennsylvania both go to DeSantis. DeSantis with John James on the ticket does well with the black voters here in southwestern Georgia. He does better in the Atlanta metro suburbs. Does it with better in suburbs all around. He does better at white working class in West Pennsylvania. Possibly does better in the Philadelphia suburbs. Maybe. Definitely does better in Scranton in northeast Pennsylvania. Definitely does better up there. But that is my take on the DeSantis versus Joe Biden video. What do you guys think about it in the comments? Tell me what you think. This is the Caddick One saying, peace.